You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The GOAT Shop on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet
radio. I'm one of your hosts, Pushalini Da God.
GOAT Shop, Sports Talk Radio, who we talking about, man?
Man, don't ask me nothing about no Shannon Sharp.
I'm Stony Brown, this is the GOAT Shop on Hits 92.3. They beat Brady that Super Bowl, it would have been free.
The entertainment, like that's why we talking about it. Because of the cap.
Man, don't ask me nothing about no Shannon Sharp, bro.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your post-operative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other post-operative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile post-operative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nursetobeauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
Morning. It is the GOAT Shop. I know you ain't seen my ugly face in days, but I am back to grace you with the beautifulness that God gave me. I'm Stoner Brown. This is the GOAT Shop. We're on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Whole lot of graduations. Got to congratulate my son who graduated on Saturday. Got 2 more graduations to go to before it's all said and over for the graduation season. Shout out Georgie, man. He graduates tomorrow on his way to high school. Big man things, big man things. There's been a whole lot of stuff going on. And
just run it. Let's go.
Today's episode of Sports Might Get You Killed. I got to get this story right because y'all wouldn't believe it if I said it wrong, so I got to say it right. Hold on, where's that? She just sent it to me the other day. Bang. Sorry, y'all. Here we go. Former MLB shortstop Rafael Furcal, who used to play for the Atlanta Braves, was arrested today. Well, this was a few days ago. Was arrested in South Florida for throwing a missile into a private dwelling. He threw a missile at somebody's house. Former Braves and Dodgers shortstop.
Do missiles even work like that?
I mean, I don't know if he threw. I'm sure there was a rocket launcher involved, but if not, yeah, it was just a missile.
Do they even work like that?
I didn't know missiles. Yeah, I didn't know missiles work like you just threw them into houses, but apparently. Apparently, that's how that works. Damn. Hold on. Damn, I hate when they play. Xavier Bador was sentenced to 32 years for armed robbery, assault while masked, and removing an ankle monitor. I don't know what's going on with sports, man. Everybody's got something going on. Former NFL linebacker Darius Taylor arrested on child abuse and solicitation charges in Florida after leaving his 6-year-old in a car unattended while he attempted to purchase some buns, some pussy is how they spell it. They spelled it POOC. Um, Also, Bill Belichick may be giving up his UNC job because his girlfriend don't like him working there, and they don't like her. So, Bill Belichick is now they're saying that he may not coach UNC this year, and he may be reneging on his contract. There are also reports that he may take the Cleveland Browns job and end up coaching Shador. Right. Right. This thing just, as if it could get no more ridiculous, it just keeps getting more ridiculous. Like, also in sports might get you killed. There last weekend, not this weekend, last weekend, there was, with the Angel Reese, the Sky played the Indiana Fever. Of course, there was the foul that was heard around the world, and everybody was, acting ridiculous and stuff like that. Well, after that, there was an investigation that was opened up by the WNBA because the Chicago Sky said that they heard people in the crowd making racial slurs and making monkey sounds while Angel Reese was taking her free throws. This led to a big investigation, which was concluded by the WNBA yesterday, saying that they found no footage, heard no sounds from the crowd, so they questioned the players. The players said, we didn't hear any sounds either. Someone on Twitter said that's what they heard, and we thought it was enough, and that's why we reported to WNBA, because someone on Twitter who might not have been, now again, might not have even been watching the game, but because y'all so tied into this racist, y'all want to have this racist storyline behind Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Y'all want to make it seem like everybody's coming down on Angel Reese because of racism. No, Angel Reese sucks. Stop it. Angel Reese sucks. She didn't miss shots because somebody was making monkey sound. She missed those shots because she sucks. The only reason that Angel Reese is where she is right now, she played on the LSU team that had great players and beat the best player in the college at the time on one of the best teams, Iowa. So your initial fame comes from what happened between you and Caitlin Clark. That in college, it could have been a rivalry. Now it's not a rivalry. You're averaging, she's on pace. Angel Reese is on pace to have one of the worst WNBA free field goal percentages in history. She's on pace to have 22% for the year, for the season, if she shoots the way if she continues to shoot the way she shoots, she's on pace to have to be at 22%. I know y'all talking about, but all the rebounds, and she's a great rebounder. She's getting a bunch of rebounds off her own miss, and with her own misses, she's dragging her field goal percentage down. Yeah, you might be padding the stats on the rebounds, but on the field goals, you killing yourself. We need to stop this narrative. There's not a black and white narrative going on. There's not a Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese going on. That's only coming from from Angel Reese and her corner, because that fame is keeping her relevant. Uh, it's been announced that Caitlin Clark is injured and may not play in uh the next game where Indiana comes to Chicago, and the ticket prices have plummeted. The tickets have plummeted 71%, meaning that before, when they thought Caitlin Clark was going to be playing, everyone was buying up tickets. Now that they believe that she's not going to be playing because she's injured, 71% drop.
Do you think that will stop them from telling people about the injury list?
Huh?
Do you think that'll stop them from telling people about the injury list, like who's injured or whatever?
Nah.
Not buy tickets?
Nah, you can't do. I mean, you could in the past, teams could do that, but because of social media and how big sports are, there's a guy sitting in a locker somewhere who knows that's money. Knows that anytime a player is injured, that's money, because we could let with sports betting and all that stuff, it's not going to be possible for them to keep that type of information. Now, they can say, oh, that's just a rumor every time somebody says somebody's injured, and you know what I'm saying? But after a few times of people actually being injured and no one showing up, we'll just know, because they tried that back in the days. You know what I'm saying? They tried to keep it, but it's there's nothing illegal about a sports reporter reporting the facts. And then there's nothing illegal about a sports reporter reporting a rumor. You know what I'm saying? There's nowhere where you can sue someone. Oh, speaking of suing, did you know Caitlin Clark is suing Mona McNutt from the ESPN? Suing ESPN and Mona McNutt. Because Mona McNutt she's made some comments that are leading. Her take on the whole thing about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. She said on the air, if the tables were turned, it would be a whole different story. And her insinuation was, if Angel Reese was white and Caitlin Clark was black, that the reaction would be different. If Caitlin Clark was a black player pushing Angel Reese to the ground as a white player, people would be like, "Oh no, Angel Reese, y'all did," you know what I'm saying? Or if Angel Reese was the popular player and Caitlin Clark was the unpopular player, things would happen differently. You know what I'm saying? Which may be true. She's suing her for defamation. What you're saying is that I, as a player, am not. What you basically saying is, if I wasn't Caitlin Clark, right, and I didn't have the celebrity that I had, and the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be the one in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? When everyone else agrees that that was a basketball play, you're basically saying I'm getting away with murder.
Okay. That the league is favoritism.
It's favoritism. When everyone agrees that if you watch that whole play, Angel Reese pushes another player in the back and gets a no call. No one makes the call. So Caitlin Clark makes a basketball play in defense of her player, her teammate. You push my teammate on the floor and nobody call it, I'm going to foul you hard as shit to make sure you, A, don't get no score, B, so they run the tape back. Look at the tape. Look what she did. That was a flagrant foul on Angel Reese, but nobody called it. Anyway, but Mona McNutt has had some other, she's her, Shania Bumake, and L. Duncan have all had these specific takes on Caitlin Clark. And they take the takes all the way up to the point right before they say something about her being white. You know what I'm saying? They won't take it that far, but their stance is the WNBA was great before Caitlin Clark. Y'all are just pumping it up because of Caitlin Clark. Totally agree. But you can't live on that you can't live on that stat line, on that narrative. At some point you got to move on, because the girl is setting records. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, and it's crazy how many people like, oh, y'all just, yeah, I can't believe black men. There's a new now. I can't believe black men. Oh, I saw a girl say that the situation with Angel Reese proves to her and should prove to everyone how hard black women have to fight against the system and how they have no help or no protection. Clearly, the woman wasn't watching that basketball game or does not watch WNBA. That is the craziest thing about. I've seen so much outrage amongst women and black women, not just black women alone, but women in general. And I'm like, do y'all even watch the sport? Because most of them don't. Now, has there been a high uptick on women watching WNBA? Yes, there has been. There's been a lot more women tuned in. The numbers are going up, a lot more support, but it still ain't. It's like 25% of women and 75% men. More men still watch basketball than women. But women are the ones who are so outspoken about how it needs to be changed or women need to get paid the same. How are we supposed to pay Angel Reese the same as Josh Hart or not even a bench player? How are we gonna pay Angel Reese the same as Bronny James? And Angel Reese get in the game, play fucking 20 minutes and have 0 points. Who the fuck? Who wants to pay for that? I believe that Asia Wilson definitely deserves a bump in her pay. She's getting all her money off of endorsements, but I feel like the WNBA should figure out a way to get her paid more because she is the star and she is the consistent star. I feel like once Caitlin Clark gets out of this rookie contract, she should get paid more. I feel like Nafisa Collier should get paid more. I feel like the players who are actually playing the game well and producing, yes, they deserve to get paid more. But I've watched multiple games and I've seen multiple players miss easy layups. I'm not just Angel Reese. Right. I'm not even gonna repeat that comment because I'm sure a pause is is needed before we go any further. But yeah, the product is not there. It's like paying. It's like you got two places that make cheesecakes. One place makes amazing cheesecakes. The other one makes mediocre cheesecakes. And the mediocre place is trying to charge you the same amount as the place that makes amazing cheesecakes. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Or better yet, it's more like you got two places that make cheesecakes, right?
Mhm.
So you got the WNBA and you got the NBA, right?
Mhm.
But then you got one place that when you go to get that cheesecake, you get cheesecake, you get good ass liquor. They got pretty ass damn waitresses. The customer service is amazing, and you gonna get some ribs, right? But in this other place, they just got cheesecake,
And it's not that good.
and they mad because you're not showing up all the time. And like, I did to come get some cheesecake, but I went over here because I get ambience,
Right.
and cheesecake.
Mhm.
That's what it is. It's like just because you got it don't mean that's not enough. You're gonna
That's
have to
not
work on
enough.
some shit.
Right. You're gonna have to do the overall product needs to be better. And I agree with that. The overall product needs to be better. I don't know what to. Anyway, speaking of product that needs to be better, last night the Knicks lost. Not surprising. It that has been the story of this playoff series. Uh, Knicks lost to the Pacers 121-30. Um, they had 17 turnovers, which turned into 20 points. They lost by 9. Um, I don't know what to say about this series. The Knicks, I think they used up all they goddamn, what the kids say, all they aura. Used up all they aura to beat the Celtics. Honestly, I feel like the Knicks just built a team to beat the Celtics. Um, and that team can't beat the Pacers. This Pacers team, like I said, I was scared that they would run them up and down, and that's exactly what they did. They ran them up and down. Um, so that series is 3-1. Um, next game is going to be Thursday. Also, the next game for the Thunder and Timberwolves, where the Thunder lead the series 3-1, is Friday. So we'll see what happens. These might be closeout games. All these games will be the Knicks. It'll be the Pacers at the Knicks and be Oklahoma at the Timberwolves. So there's a chance that they could both win the home game, but it's these series are over. I don't see the Knicks coming back from 3-1, and I don't see the Timberwolves coming back from 3-1. The Timberwolves have a better shot than the Knicks, but I don't see it. So I think that soon as all of this is wrapped up next week, we should be starting the beginning of the week with uh, Pacers and Thunder. Think the Thunder end up winning the NBA championship this year. If they do, it will be the seventh team from 7 different areas to win the NBA championship. And they'll be the first time the OKC has won a championship ever. If Indiana won it, it'd be the same. It'd be the first time the Pacers have ever won a championship. NHL playoffs. Last night, the Oilers beat the Stars 4-1. They took a 3-1 lead in that series, which I told y'all Edmonton Oilers are just fire. And then the Hurricanes on Monday blanked out the Panthers 3-0. So they took a 3-1 lead in that series. Next game is tonight, Panthers versus Hurricanes. They'll probably lock this shit out. I mean, Florida probably lock this shit out. And tomorrow will be the Oilers and the Steelers. Gotta get that morning stretch on, y'all. Got to get it out. A lot of talk about what's gonna happen in the offseason. We're already looking at trades. They're already talking about Giannis may go to. There's 3 teams that are in the hunt for Giannis Antetokounmpo. First team being the Lakers, second team being Houston, and the final team that's making the biggest push right now is Miami. I think it would be great on either one of those teams. Any of those teams would. The Lakers would be great because you pick up another superstar. LeBron's probably out the door, so it's going to be just another superstar to put on the roster and give LeBron some time. He'll probably come off the bench. If Giannis comes to LA, LeBron is probably coming off the bench. Houston is another good team because they got a lot of young pieces that they could trade away to get Giannis and still have a young enough team to build something. Another team that I haven't seen in the talks but would be great as well would be the Spurs. The Spurs with the San Antonio Spurs would definitely have enough cap room and young players to trade away and future first round picks to get Giannis. Miami is the only question mark for me because even though Miami has the cap space and does have some young players they can move around, you're not replacing Jimmy Butler with Giannis. You may get the output, you may get the scoring, but you're not going to get the team captain. You're not going to get the guy who will put the whole team on his shoulders and carry that team because you still have Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. And right now, that's their team, and they earned it. Tyler Hero has definitely earned it. Bam has definitely earned it. So it would be, I think, it would be a little bit more contention if you bring Giannis um into that locker room. But in reality, Pat Riley, that's probably they probably have the best bet. They probably have the best bet. Um, so we'll see what happens, man. I would love to see Giannis play. I'd love to see Giannis play any one of those teams. Um, man, these Knicks, boy. These Knicks. When this is all done, we got to do that compilation of Knicks fans because all this shit is crazy. Uh, for a team that's getting trounced, Knicks fans are still unbelievably supporting their team. You know what I'm saying? I saw a chick say that if you ever want a good man, get a Knicks fan because you could do that. You could do him dirty for years, and he not gonna go nowhere. I was like, boy, that she ain't lying though. The only shit worse is being a Dallas Cowboys fan. Um, reports about preseason reports for Michael Penix and Drake London saying they're having great on and off the field chemistry. They've been hanging around a lot of each other. So in the offseason, that might be we might just see that being a great combination. Um, I'm looking forward to seeing what Michael Penix Jr. does next year. Um, I just being able to run the full offense. You know what I'm saying? Being the guy. I think that what we saw in Washington was a small sample size, a really good small sample size, but I'd love to see what it is when he's just a guy calling the plays out the gate because Kirk Cousins' ass is cooked. He's not start. Anybody who think Kirk Cousins is going to start the season, you're fucking crazy. He's cooked. That shit is over. Oh, so Hood Unicorn. Can you take a wild guess as to what is the number one sport bet on in Colorado, Denver, Colorado? This Colorado is a state. This sport, the number one sport in Colorado. This sport has had um a uptick on betting and now is raking in like $31.7 million. Moose slapping? It's not a sport. No, that's
After you slap it, you better run.
I didn't. I just
That's a sport. It's running involved. It's a sport.
That's like cow tipping. If you tip a cow, again, these are not sports. They're not.
But neither is sperm racing. But we see that's got sponsorships when I don't.
Oh gosh. Yeah, sports racing, sperm racing definitely caught me. It caught me off as a sport. Definitely. Anyway, there is an uptick, and they're starting to be concerned about ping pong. Motherfuckers are losing their house betting on ping pong in Colorado. They're calling it the new crack. It's the new crack sports betting. People are losing their house, losing their cars, losing their jobs, betting, and it has brought in $31.7 million so far this year alone. Ping pong. Ping pong is ruining homes across Colorado. 31.7 million. Ping pong. Other sport betting news. Denver Nuggets forward Michael Porter Jr. is a suspect of an uh, NBA gambling investigation into into irregularities on prop betting involving him. after scoring 2 points in the game 5. Remember, his brother got popped. His brother got brought up under investigation. And then you go and drop 2 points in game 5. So now your ass is under investigation. I don't understand. Again, like I was trying to have that conversation with Pusha. I don't understand. You're taking all the fairness out of the game. You know what I'm saying? You're taking the fairness out and feeding it to the sports bettors. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna keep ruining the game. I don't know where it all stops, what the final I don't know what the final results gonna be, or how the the NFL or the NBA is gonna fix these things. But it's becoming too prevalent, and it's just out in the open now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You can't hide that people. It's sports betting is just running different parts of the NBA. You can't. You score 2 points. I'm not saying that 2 points for Michael Porter Jr. is unimaginable, but y'all in the playoffs. Y'all got here because y'all played great all year. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could say the same thing about Julius Randle, who went 0 for 8 in the first half of the same game. You know what I'm saying? Not the first half of that game. Game 3 against. No, they won game 3. Game 4, sorry. He had 0 points in the first half. Maybe you could say he was sports, you know. Oh, dear, here goes the article right here, 31.7. Maybe they could say he was shaving points or whatever, but oh, I forgot to talk about this shit. So there's a group of dudes on Stake Sports Betting, right? They have been betting that Angel Reese will miss her first shot. And they've been betting since the beginning of the season. Where's this one? This is the first one, I think. No, this is day 2. So on day 2 of betting that she'll miss her first shot, they won $43,700. They bet $2,300. I mean $23,000 and turned it to 43,700, right? Now, where they at? This is day 3. At day 3, they put up a bet for, let me see. They put up a bet for $250,000 and made $475,000 on betting that she's going to miss her first shot. In 3 days, they have generated $500,000. 3 games, not 3 days, because they're not playing the games every day. But in 3 games, they have generated $500,000 on betting that Angel Reese will miss her first shot. Now, in the last game that the Sky played, Angel Reese had 12 points, which was nominal, which was, respectable. But there's a group of dudes that are, you can't tell me it's not, it ain't, you can't tell me that a person like her who's on social media all the time, you can't tell me that's not affecting you. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that you're not paying attention to a group of motherfuckers. These motherfuckers, $475,000. You can't not see that. The world can't not see that. You got to understand that more people are betting on your downfall, because not just betting on your downfall, because that is the product that you are offering. It's more likely that you're going to miss your shot than hit your shot. I don't know if it's because you're doing it on purpose or stat padding. You know, she did an interview on the she had Lisa Leslie on her show um during the off season, and she asked Lisa Leslie, "What do you think I should be working on? You know, what should I be doing with my game? How should I be getting myself better? What should I be working on?" She said, "Well, your defense is pretty good. You know, you're amazing at rebounding, but you got to work on your layups." She said, "I wish you would get those layups higher, meaning I wish you would aim your layup higher up on the backboard so it has a better chance of going in the rim. When you see her go for a layup, she just throwing it up at the. You know what the real disappointment is? Angel Reese looks like, you remember back in the days we used to watch college basketball and be that white kid that get on the court and you're like, how the fuck did this kid get on this team? He can't hit no shots. All he out there doing is rebounding. Huh? His daddy might paid. His daddy might be alumni. His daddy might be the coach. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere along the line, people patted Angel Reese on the back and said, you know what? You're going to be something great. We're going to send you on to the next level. This looks like a motherfucker who applied for a job, doesn't have the qualifications, but's out here on the front lines. How you can't hit a layup, dog? Motherfuckers is betting 470. They bet $250,000 you gonna miss your first shot and hit for 475. And they not even gonna cash it out. You know what they about to do? Run that bitch again. They're gonna turn 475 into $1 million. I don't. Something has to. This is egregious. This should not be what this product is not what should represent the WNBA. Y'all should not even be taught. Like, if I was the WNBA, I'd be pushing that rivalry and that drama so far in the back. They got 5 games scheduled against each other this year. The Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky. If I was the WNBA, I would not. I would have booked maybe 2 or 3. They don't have as many teams, so they have to go through a whole lot of round robin to everybody's got to play each other multiple times. But I would have found a way to make these motherfuckers only play twice. So we can get all the tickets sold and all the hype, but we don't have to see Angel Reese on fucking national TV fucking it up 5 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? I'm so disappointed by this young girl because in college, I thought she was gonna come into the WNBA and be a beast. You know what I'm saying? I figured they would help her work on her shot. I figured she'd get some mentorship and then, fix her layup. But nah. Here goes season 2 of not just the same old bullshit, even worse. Even worse bullshit. Like, it's getting fucking worse. They say she's about to set a fucking let me see where the article is. WNBA record. Angel Reese set a WNBA record for having the worst fucking God, I'm watching the clip and she missed 4 shots against the New York Liberty and got blocked twice. How you miss 4 shots and get blocked twice in the process? But this is what she's saying. Now, y'all can't see the clip, but I'm gonna let y'all hear it. This is her response to the.
You just had the worst stat line I have ever seen in my 69 years of watching basketball. You had 2 points and went 0 for 8 from the field and 2 for 6 from the line and got blown out by 30. And you had no points until 6 minutes left in the game. Why were you out there with 6 minutes left trying to stat pad? Do you have any damn shame? Thank you.
like I said after last game, I'm an overrated bum, and only reason I'm even relevant is because of Caitlin Clark. I might play the victim card again after tonight because I shat all over the court once again, and I had to be out there with 5 minutes left because I couldn't finish the game with 0 points, or else Twitter would have a field day with me. So I can't let anyone see me go scoreless. And I missed like 5 wide open layups again, which is my signature move, as everyone knows. Missed the layup and grabbed my own rebound. I model my game after Dwight Howard. He also used to grab a lot of rebounds just like me, but we got blown out in back-to-back games now. So my legacy is starting to take a hit. I need the league to come save me again by changing the narrative around tonight's game to racism.
Angel, you just had the worst stat.
Now, all of what she said is sarcasm. Of course, she's being sarcastic. She's being like, "Oh, I'm gonna say everything that, all the other."
This ain't the time to be sarcastic, especially not in that sense.
Not in right.
I didn't take it as sarcasm. I definitely went the moment I did not when she said Twitter gonna be on my ass, I felt she meant that.
She knows that. That's the truth, because Twitter was on her ass.
But you're not playing for Twitter. You playing for your team. You playing for your squad. You playing for, you know what I'm saying, your profession. Like, you playing for yourself. You ain't paying for nobody who's sitting on the couch who ain't ever had a basketball in their hand. Oh my gosh, she making me not like her more and more. I'm sorry. Let me say my ass over here. I'm sorry.
Anyway, again, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. She does not carry herself as like you need to carry yourself like a pro. That's not a pro's response. You know what I'm saying? That's not a pro's response to, hey, you stunk it up tonight. You know what I'm saying? You had the reason why they're asking that is because, yes, the game before when you got blown out, you put up 0 points. And then you followed it up with one of the worst stat lines ever in the WNBA.
The only thing coming out of her mouth should have been, I'm about to call Steph Curry and I'm just about to practice. I'm about to get on the court after the game is over. I'm gonna stay and I'm shooting the ball. I'm about to jump into my Mamba mentality, and I'm gonna be here first and I'm gonna be here last. Like, the only thing she need to be talking about is I need to go back to fundamentals, because the whole point of the game is putting the ball in the fucking hoop, girl. Even I know that, and I don't even play the damn game.
Hey man, say man.
She should play .net.
Her .net need to shoot for the loot. .net, we got your next contestant. Shoot for the loot. .net gonna beat the fuck. How .net gonna listen? I'm saying on air right now, .net deserve a raise. The WNBA and the NBA need to be playing .net more for not playing sports and being better than and averaging more than Angel Reese. .net, we need you need to get a raise. You need to be making at least as much as Angel Reese for not taking shots and missing them. Okay? Listen, man. I don't know. In other news, there's been a little uptick on the conversation about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his flopping, basically. He's just been, there's a lot more sportscasters talking about it. I saw Stephen A. Smith talking about it. I saw Michelle Abumake talking about it. I saw Kendrick Perkins, Big Perk talking about it. It's starting to become really evident that when you go down the, me and .net talked about it a little bit more, but it's becoming a recurring story. I really think that the two things need to happen in next NBA season. First, there's got to be a severe penalty added for flopping. Referees have to start calling flops or intentional. Like, they changed the rules on the three-pointer So now if you take a 3-pointer or you take any shot and you kick your leg out to try to make contact with the opposing player to draw a foul, they call a foul on you. There's got to be a lot more emphasis on a player getting the ball, putting their head down, and driving full speed ahead into a group of 3 to 4 players to try to draw a foul. That is and even sometimes because players know the difference now they're stepping out the way and they're letting Shea fall to the ground. But the fall now is considered the contact. No one touched you, but you drove through 2 guys who had their hands high in the air, and you ran into their knees, and their knees now fouled you. Their knees that you drove into to attack now foul them. There's got to be something done. I hope that in the offseason. Another thing that they need to do away with is this shit. All that motherfucking run the tape. If I see a motherfucking player do this one more goddamn time, they need to either get called for a tech or they should fucking review the tape regardless of whether the coach wants to or not. Just like if a nigga went timeout. You call a timeout and y'all don't have a timeout like Chris Webber did in the 90s, cost you the motherfucking game. Because they didn't have a timeout, which caused a technical foul, which caused the other team to take the shot on the technical foul, and they lost. All of this motherfucking replay, because we're seeing players doing it nonstop, WNBA and NBA. They need to start. If you do like this, nigga, we automatically, okay, let's run the tape. And if you lose the review, like you do right now, you lose the timeout. But it shouldn't be up to the coaches. If the player is gonna keep doing this, and what happens is when the players do that, a lot of times the refs go to the coaches and ask them, "Hey, do you want to review this?" And they have to take the time to decide, maybe we'll review it, maybe we won't. But the game slows the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? A team is on the run. Oh, man, you got to review that. And then 2 minutes later, well, they're not going to review it. That was 2 minutes. Y'all just made this basketball game 2 minutes longer for no fucking reason. You just gave the other team time to rest. Maybe they got their backs against the rope. You just went like this, and now everybody get a breather.
Some shit shouldn't have to be reviewed. Like you can tell. Like you can tell it's okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But because the players are doing it on the court, the referee has to take some kind of action. We can see it on TV, but the players are like, nah, review that. Now the referee has to take some kind of action because maybe there was something reviewable. A lot of teams call timeouts. And when you come back from the commercial, all of a sudden, well, after review, nigga, what was the review? Who asked for a review? I thought the team called the timeout. I went to get some popcorn, get something to drink, came back, and the other team got the ball. What the fuck? Just because somebody said you should have reviewed it? No. If y'all gonna do it like that, then review every fucking play. Don't let us think that it's fair, because it's not. Y'all using this shit to drag the game on and give people breaks and all kinds of bullshit. Anyway, it's the GOAT Shop. This is Wednesday. I will be back tomorrow with more NBA, NFL, MLB. Huh? No show at all tomorrow? Oh, okay. No show at all tomorrow. I'll be back Friday, and we will get back to it. I'm Stoner Brown. On behalf of everybody at the show, peace. Have a wonderful, wonderful one. GOAT Shop, y'all. I forgot all day.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P. Joe. Not to mention, we got the host with the most, Kells. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen. Seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items. Looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food, something special. Bar and lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something special. Bar and lounge.